since 2010 as Director of Strength and Conditioning. Worked previously in the same capacity at UL Lafayette. Was an assistant with the Cleveland Browns too. Also worked at Western Carolina, University of Miami, and Tennessee. Tulane, of course, a winner, 34-31 at Army this past Saturday. And the Green Wave will play at SMU this Saturday at 7 p.m. Please give a warm Great Indian Roland Sports Foundation Quarterback Club welcome to Rob Phillips of Tulane University. Rob?
Thank you, Quarterback Club. It's a pleasure to be here and a pleasure to be around some fine speakers up in here and Lane, Tommy. It's just an honor for me to be able to do this and to come up here year after year and just share a little bit about what we do over at Tulane. Again, to reiterate a little bit of what Ken talked about, my name is Rob Phillips. I'm the Director of Strength and Conditioning for football at Tulane. I've been here this is going on my 5th year here. And prior to that, I was over at UL Lafayette, the Cleveland Browns, University of Miami. That's where I met Coach CJ for the first time back in about 1988, 98, 99, in that era. And had a good little run with those guys down there. And started out here with LSU head strength coach Tommy Moffitt. He gave me a chance to get started in this profession at the University of Tennessee back in about 1995. So I've been doing this for a while, man. I got an awesome job. I come to work every day. I get to work with young men who are continuing to grow. And I guess, that's the biggest thing as a coach is you watch young men that come in 18, 19 years old and they start to develop and grow. And I get to see that on a daily basis, and it's, you program in your head, you get in your car in the morning, you get your thoughts going for the day of what kind of message am I going to send to these guys? And, I have the awesome privilege, and we have a great staff that does a great job with this too, that, to develop and instill in these young men vision for their lives every single day. Some days you have good days, some days you have tough days, but you still got to get back up. You got to put your feet on the pavement and hit the ground running each and every day. So, I've got, our staff has to set this example each and every day, and it starts with everything. We talk to our guys so much, and they're like, Coach, what do you do? Well, first of all, we're a life example. It's about teaching these young men healthy lifestyle, healthy habits of things you have to do, not only to be a great football player, but to be a great man. All these young men are going to go on beyond football. They're going to be leaders in the community. They're going to be husbands. They're going to be fathers. So everything that we do is important in instilling these young men. And it starts off, we always talk about you got to get that first meal of the day. You got to get up. You got to eat your breakfast in the morning. Somebody's paying for this meal. You've got to take advantage of doing that. And I always tell them, man, you don't even have to cook it. You don't even have to do the dishes after you're done. But you just get to go in there and enjoy a meal and drop your plate off when you're done. So it's starting to teach these guys a lifestyle and a habit to be successful. We practice in the morning, so these guys are up 5:30, 6 o'clock every morning. We hit the ground running. They're in meetings by 7:30 every morning. We hit the practice field at 8 o'clock in the morning. So our days, as far as football goes, that part's already been done. We've already been to practice. We've had weightlifting sessions. We're in there. I don't know if I could do anything else, man. It's just I get to drive this lifestyle into these young men. And some days they have tough days, some days they have good days, but, and it's just about encouraging these young men and helping them to grow each and every day. In season wise, what we try to do is keep these guys healthy. And, we've been very fortunate, good Lord's been looking out after us. We haven't had any severe injuries. Football's a rough game. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get banged up a little bit. But our guys have the resiliency. They keep bouncing back week after week. They keep showing up. They've got great attitudes. And they're growing as young men. There's a nice foundation that's been set. And I think this thing is still rolling. It's still growing. Coach CJ's done a heck of a job, and his coaches get recruited in the area, getting the local kids out here, and making something very special for the city of New Orleans and this greater community here. I truly believe this is going to be a great program here. We're still in some of those foundational stages, but you look at it from the outside, you guys don't always see it, but I see these young men growing each and every day. And, you know, that's just exciting to me as a coach, and to be able to watch them grow, and be able to watch them mature as young men, and, you know, and continue on from here. You know, we had an awesome chance to go up to Army this past weekend. If you haven't been there, man, what an awesome place. You know, just, we got to go to Navy also this year, but just to go to any of those military schools, and just the appreciation and the honor that it is to stand on the field in front of all those guys. You know, all the cadets are right there behind us, and you know, you want to beat your butts down, but deep down in your hearts, you have an appreciation for those guys. And you know, it's hard to walk off that field without a tear in your eye. Just the appreciation that you get from going to a place like that, and to see those guys in the numbers that they are. Man, what an awesome experience for a young man to experience. You know, offense got rolling a little bit. We Tanner connected with Teddy Veal early in the game in the first quarter. I think it was about a 90-yard reception for a touchdown in there, set it up for one. And you know, the running game got going. Dontrell was on the money. And let me just tell you a little bit about these running backs. This running back stable that we got here is something special. And those guys, week after week, you know, it's not one guy, it's all of them. And when their number's called, you know, they respond. Josh Rounds, I believe, had about a 25-yard run for a touchdown. You know, Dontrell got the ball going, got it going. Sherman Beatty came in there. I think he had 4 or 5 receptions in there. You know, the receivers were getting going. Bro was getting going a little bit. Defensively, man, that D-line came to work. I think Tanzel Smart had about 9 tackles in there, tackle for loss. All our defensive linemen were in there. And man, those guys were just getting after it. And they, you know, Speedy does a great job of getting those guys ready. And, you know, it was impressive to see. And it was a good little fought battle out there. You know, they came back on us, and I think it was about 4 seconds to go. You know, we drove down, well, about a minute to go, drove back down the field, length of the field, set up a field goal for Duraco with about 4 seconds to go. Boy, this guy he just got ice in his veins. He was just sitting out there, just chilling, just kind of waiting on it. He was waiting on him to ice him, you know, and then he finally got out there, went through his little routine, kicked the ball in. You know, he really went from there. But so it was an awesome experience this weekend. You know, we got a good little SMU team who's struggling themselves this week, but very dangerous team. You know, they're ready to get going again too, just like we are. You know, we want to keep this winning feeling going. So, you know, we're going to go up there and give those guys. We're going to prepare great this week and go out there and give them a heck of a run this weekend. But you know, that's about it for me. If you guys got any questions.
Raise your hand.
You guys let me off easy today. Thank you for your time. Thank you.